5. VIP Home Help Care. There when you need them. That's 248-579-3805. And I'd like to welcome our new sponsor, Pane in the Glass, commercial and residential window cleaning. For a beautiful, sparkling shine that's crystal clear, call Pane in the Glass Window Cleaning. You can find them on Facebook at Pane in the Glass.
Leroy, you go find the hillbilly. I'll go tell the geek.
Okay, Uncle Shady.
Hey, geek, we got a bomb heading in.
Oh, hello.
Oh, my God, what are you doing?
I'm just adjusting the nipple rings.
No wonder the Tin Canyon's mad at you.
What's this about an emergency?
Apparently, there's a ballistic missile coming.
Where'd you hear that?
On the news.
Well, we better head down to the basement. Hi, Dork. Emergency Protocol 13.
Acknowledge.
All right, let's go.
Hello?
I'm in here. What's up?
There's an emergency on the news.
What kind of emergency?
There's a ballistic missile coming or something.
Holy crap. And it's coming here?
Well, they didn't actually say where it was going.
Did anybody check to see if this wasn't fake news?
I don't think there's time for that.
All right, let me finish and I'll be right there.
All right, I'll wait outside.
Hey, man, it's at the bottom of the hour, man. Do you know where your kids are, man?
And apparently, we have some more information about the Las Vegas shooter. Looks like the FBI knew more than they had let on early in the investigation. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, the FBI knew that this guy had a bunch of weapons stored away, stockpiled, when they were going to search his home, his residence, the places they were searching for any evidence that would tie this together so they could figure out why this guy did what he did, which we still can't figure that out. But the FBI knew. Strangely, they knew. They always seem to know. The FBI's good like that. You know, the FBI, man. Federal Bureau of Investigation. They know how to investigate. They know how to get information. They just don't know how to stop anybody from doing it. The FBI was there for the Boston bombers. No problem. They knew about those guys. And then they knew about the San Bernardino shooter. Now they know about this guy. So obviously the FBI is on the ball. They're well informed. The only problem with the FBI is they just can't stop them. Maybe that's not in their jurisdiction. Maybe the jurisdiction falls to no one. Have you noticed there's been a little bit of a die-down since the last election? Just a little bit of a die-down. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or something building from this. Because when they happen, they all happen. You know, it's just like boom, then another boom, then another boom. You know, we'll have one in France, and then we'll have something in somewhere in the States, and then maybe something in Germany. Then maybe we'll have something over in Canada or something. Although Canada's always excluded from the bombings. We haven't seen... Maybe nobody wants to attack Canada. I mean, why would you want to attack Canada? Yeah, you go up there and smoke pot with them. They let everybody in. Hey, man, it's cool, eh? We smoke pot up here, eh? And only the internet seems to have a different viewpoint in what happened. And there are many theories. There are so many theories out there that it boggles the imagination. I don't believe the official story. There are way too many holes. The biggest hole is the official story. How does a guy get a room, can't get the room he wanted, was in another room, the night before the shooting, he gets the room he wanted, has to transfer all those weapons one way or another. I don't know how that happened. whole bunch of weapons, and then nobody noticed it. Nobody says anything. Nobody calls the police. FBI knows, but they don't know. He goes out and just starts blowing people away from a window. None of the people upstairs, downstairs, around did anything about it. Waited 30 minutes, 35. I forgot how many minutes it was. It was like an hour. Wasn't it forever before they did something about this guy? Then there are the reports of the, people who were there, who heard shots coming from the ground from different angles. And although the Las Vegas police force and, the FBI and all that have an official story, it doesn't exactly jive with some of the information that's available. Go look at some of the videos if you can still find them. And find out, there does seem like multiple shooters coming on. Hey, there are helicopters in the area that have flashing lights in the way distance there. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. Why they were there. What purpose. For what reason they were there. We don't know. We're just left with more and more questions about the Las Vegas shooting. Now, what? 4 months away? Just still nothing there at all. But maybe that's how it goes in the government at this juncture in history. We have a Russian probe that can't seem to produce anything, but they keep having to investigate and have this probe. We have a Las Vegas shooter that they can't find anything about why he did it, but they know he had the weapons. They were well aware of it. Hey, you don't know, whatever. There's just random things like that that make you question the official stories. And then the Oprah won't go away. Won't go away. It's all we hear. Oprah, 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 Oprah. Every freaking tabloid news agency out there is talking about Oprah for president. Is she going to run for president? Will she run for president? I don't know if she's going to run for president. I was speaking to a friend who listens to the show on a regular basis, and she expressed that she doesn't think Oprah is going to run. I don't know if Oprah is going to run. But what I do know is that they're testing the waters out. They're seeing what kind of reaction Oprah is going to get if she does run. And that's why we're seeing so much of her in the news these days. Out of nowhere, really. Oprah, Oprah, Oprah. Everywhere, Oprah. The Oprah. She's like a giant monster. And I'm not talking about her physical stature. I'm talking about her public presence right now. And they're testing the waters out. And it's at this perfect time where the Me Tooers are gaining steam. There's no steam in the 1990s when Bill Clinton was the sexual predator, the one doing the sexual misconduct. He was just having fun with cigars, he says. Or she says. You go back and you look at some of that old footage and you laugh about it now. What a scandal that was. All the scandal wrapped around the Clintons. Always scandal, 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 scandal. And she was the popular vote away. Thank goodness we have an electoral college this time around, right? She was a popular vote away, and primarily because of California, from being president right now and having her finger on the nuclear button, having to deal. Could you imagine the difference the country would be right now instead of Donald Trump? One, there wouldn't be a Russian probe and we wouldn't be stalling the entire Trump presidency from getting anything really going. Sure, there's been a lot of executive orders. Some judges have been, appointed that have been conservative, I guess, if you like conservative values. I tend not to fall in either camp, conservative or liberal. I have a little bit of both, too. So I'm neither and I'm both. I mean, I thought that's what American meant, really. You weren't hardcore conservative, and you're not a full-blown lefty liberal. You think about things. You don't judge it on the political oligarchy, the duality called the Republican-Democrat Party. You don't make judgments on that. You make judgments on the people themselves and who they are. Something funny that just surfaced. We'll see what transpires. I haven't seen anything to the positive of this. In other words, I have not seen evidence that this is out there. But I want to put my voice on it, because if there are going to be people out there saying this exists when I can't find it, not that I've looked too hard, but I'm going to continue looking for it. There's supposedly, not that I want to watch it, but there's supposedly a Oprah Winfrey sex tape out there. If that exists, that blows her presidency chances out of the water, I would think. I mean, America's in a strange place right now, so maybe that would expand her popularity, and which, to be honest with you, would be incredible, because she's already extremely popular. Probably, maybe, very close to the most popular woman on the planet, I would think. I could be wrong, you have a queen here and there and some other really highly touted figures, but I think Oprah Winfrey is very close to the most popular woman on the planet, and more power to her. I mean, she's worked hard, so to speak. She's moved her way through the industry, Hollywood and TV and all that, into a position of great importance to a lot of people. Never mind the fact that she's really the female Donahue. And if you want Donahue as president, then you're okay with Oprah Winfrey as president. Personally, I don't see the attraction of having a person who preys on people's emotions, preys on them like a vulture, and makes a lot of money doing it, as something I want in my president. Of course, we have to deal with the Trumpster over there who can't seem to stop himself from tweeting, which is a big issue in my opinion. But it does allow him to get himself out to his people around the media, because they cut and slice and they chop up his words left and right. There's no doubt about that. You would be completely blind to think that the news media hasn't changed their approach to how they report the happenings inside the White House in the last year. They handled the Obama administration in a much different way than they handled the Trump administration. Very much so. If you don't see that, then you're not really paying attention, or you're one of those extremists, hacks on the far supposed left. Again, I don't prescribe to those left-right paradigm duality, concepts, because all they do is cause a divide in the country, and to the point where we have to find a way to unify. And if that means we need to stop with the massive diversity, and I'm not speaking of race, and I'm not speaking of anything else, but there's an American way and then there's not an American way. And if you want to be an American, you should probably follow in the American way. And if you don't like that, if you don't like the Constitution, if you don't like the Bill of Rights, if you think they're unfair, if you want to be in a socialist country versus a country that promotes direct freedom to each individual versus groupthink, then you're in the wrong country. And you should probably seek a country out that more suits your belief system. Though people will say, well, why don't you leave? Well, because I'm a constitutionalist and I believe in the Constitution. Is it a perfect document? No, but it's the best one that was ever created on the face of the earth by man. Man's a flawed being. There's no doubt about it. And I'm not talking man as the gender. I'm talking man as mankind.